um, right now you're just seeing I put a texture in the scene in the editor just to kind of give reference when I was building this out. Um, there's a bunch of stuff I want to go over and stuff I want to talk about pertaining to some of the changes that we might have and kind of where we are with the project right now. But to start, you can see it's based on what Charlinda gave us. It would be pretty easy to recreate the aesthetics based on importing textures and doing layouts. But I'll get more into that when I jump into the project and actually get it up and running. But yeah, everything so far is modular. So if there's anything that you see or that I go over that you think we might want to, change or swap out or see different references for, now that we have the foundation here, I think it'll be a lot easier for us to iterate in making developmental changes and refining the vision that you, Charlinda, and Peabody have. So uh, with that being said, let's go right into the project. Starts off with these elements hidden here. Uh, Here, and let's get this running. Apologize for the wait times. Um, for right now, it still has the same opening that you all had seen, pretty much for the past few versions that I uploaded. Um, and kindly disregard the texture I brought in here for reference. That won't be there when the game's actually running, of course. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we discussed this, but the um, some of the elements here are pinned. I'm thinking that I may try to. It's not really a big thing, but I'm thinking I may try to change that up a little bit once uh, we are a little bit further along. Just because, as you can see, if the texture in the background was flat, you wouldn't notice the texture changes. It kind of seems obscure, especially if we don't have anything else in the scene for reference that the texture would change this way. Maybe we can add more elements or just flatten out the background. I may try to make these elements parallax in some way, probably programmatically through code, but we'll cross that bridge when it gets. So I just want to let that be known that that's not a design intention, kind of a byproduct of the way we had built the project out originally. We still have the same zoom function. This glitch effect is being delayed because I'm running OBS, and to catch the entire frame of this, it has quite a large aspect ratio, so it slowed things down a little bit. Not to mention that this texture here is massive, and I don't have bitmaps to make it less so. So it's running a little bit more processing power and rendering. But same functionality: zoom in, zoom out with the mouse wheel. I know that you had mentioned that you'd wanted to have this start with a button press, I believe, um, which would be relatively easy. You can kind of see, well, when I show you in a second, once I press it, it changes the zoom and actually locks the cursors when we get into the web page portion. But textures are looking great so far. Because the screen is so bright, you can't really see a lot of the really cool reflections, especially in the demo that the video team was working on. But I think it still looks great. Maybe we can make the scene a little bit darker. I can boost the reflections. Just when the scene's this bright, there tend to be a lot of white spotting and things like that, so I decided against doing that for the demo. But all of these are clickable. I'm pretty sure I'm going to add um, some kind of notification or text box that'll pop up. Maybe it'll be something 3D or an animation. We can discuss that as well. Um, but right now, I only have the earpiece, which is the interactive stuff, um, set to react to a button click. So click that, and then the aspect or the focal length changes, and we get to the newest portion of the project. So it was the part that took me quite a while in getting this to work was making sure that um, you know it was cross-platform compatible for everything. Getting the drag and the mouse and all that stuff took a little bit of time, especially having it update with these buttons here. Um, it was just it's kind of if you did it with a website, you'd have the luxury of having CSS and HTML and JavaScript and all that stuff to set these things up for you. So I kind of had to pick and choose which ones I wanted to use. But it's draggable. You can use the mouse wheel to scroll. Um, at any point, you can jump to any of the pages. I'll probably add some kind of marker here as well, just to indicate which of these correspond or correlate to um, what function. And I don't know, you can see here we also have next and previous buttons. They're not on the canvas; they're not being rendered right now, but they would essentially move you forward or backwards. And I've also tested out and tried out a lot. I tried out like a scroll bar and things like that. So aesthetically, if we want those, we can put those in there as well. And just to note and to mention, this is why the project is so massive right now. I've just been, throwing everything but the kitchen sink at the project and just seeing what features work and felt right. But if we go to gets never alone. Nope. Here we go. Um, I have margins put in here now just because when the scene opens, I want to show that there's certain kind of parallax with the background elements like the medallion. If I move, the cursor is locked, so it won't affect that. But I can even make it to where we can continue to you know interact with background elements and things like that. But based on Charlinda's notes, it's it can be essentially one to one with uh, with her vision so far, I believe. I didn't add any of the minor stuff like the buttons or places where there would be video. I'll add textures for that later on. Um, I just wanted to show that this could be you know we can get a pretty close to reference representation of it in 3D. Um, Also, all of the stuff in the scene, see if we can get a handle here, um, is modular as well. We can take stuff out, move it around. I know that, let's see, if we have images and stuff like that, I plan on, now that everything's set up, really going through and refining. Maybe if there's like a mouse over on some of the images in their gallery, we'd be able to, if you highlight over them, maybe they can spin or rotate or pulse kind of the way that the medallion pieces do on mouse over. Maybe bring up annotations or context, pull up boxes to represent or so that the users can use to jump to different links and things like that. Um, but yeah, all of those things that'll be kind of like a UX thing we will work on as we go forward here, and I'll do my very best to make sure that we have updates for all of that. Um, Also, the medallion in the beginning, I think I forgot to mention, we can lock the rotation of that. That'll be pretty easy. It's already locked at 180 degrees on the y-axis. I can reduce that the range on the x-axis as well, so you won't be able to rotate into the back of the canvas. I may also consider pinning this, the actual elements on the mock website to to the camera, so that if the scene rotates, uh, the panels here will rotate with the camera, so it'll give the illusion that it's fixed. Um, but yeah, we can do that. Um, okay, and there are no sound effects right now, but maybe I can put together a folder of some sound effects that I've tried out, um, for each of the functions, maybe, for swiping or pressing, things like that. Or if you have any, I'm pretty sure Charlinda said that she was going to create a folder, or maybe she already did, for assets. I know we have kind of one online now, but now that we're getting into the logistics, I think we might need a dedicated folder specifically for adding to the project. Um, and then, also the setup of the. I don't think I have to go all the way up. The layout of the text. That's another easy fix. Um, I'm not sure. I know we talked about it when we set it up initially, but how we want that animation to go, or if it starts like this, or if we keep the way that the text starts before, or if we're still even doing the animation in the beginning. I think you said that you wanted, Blair, I think you said that you wanted to jump right into the experience, um, or at least have it go a little bit quicker. Um, but maybe we can kind of go through. I try to do a video call, but I don't know if, since the project's kind of big right now, if it would even be feasible for you to see the. And I think that's it. If you have any other questions, please let me know, and maybe uh, at least for us internally, we can work on a deadline for some milestones here, since we're coming up on you the 15th. I think they said they wanted to have a demo. I know they wanted to. I'm pretty sure they wanted to have a demo today, but we could have gotten them this. But I think that it would probably be better to, like you said, just hold off and just give them the references since we're still working. Okay, I think that's it. I will see you in a little bit. I'll shoot you a message on Slack and see where you're at and try to get your feedback before the meeting. I know you're busy and probably exhausted because you woke up at 5, but yeah, I'll send that right over. All right, talk to you soon. Bye bye.